Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering the impossible. The internet is gone. Not slow, not broken, gone. No notifications, no messages, no Google search, no social media, nothing. At first, it might sound relaxing. No endless scrolling, no constant distractions, no pressure to stay connected. But that assumption hides a much bigger problem. Because the internet isn't just where we spend our time. It's where modern life lives. And that's where things start getting strange. The moment millions of people realize they're offline, panic begins. People rush to Facebook to check what's happening. Except Facebook doesn't load. They try X, Instagram, TikTok, WhatsApp. Nothing. Then everyone reaches for the same backup plan. Phone calls. Suddenly, billions of devices attempt to connect through cellular networks at the same time. The system becomes overwhelmed. Calls fail. Texts stop sending. And within hours, information becomes the most valuable resource on Earth. But here's the weird part. Half of humanity might barely notice at first. Nearly 4 billion people still have limited or no internet access. Life continues much as it did yesterday. Meanwhile, in highly connected countries, confusion spreads rapidly. No cloud storage, no online documents, no streaming, no navigation apps. You drive into an unfamiliar city and realize something shocking. You no longer know how to get anywhere. Paper maps suddenly become useful again. People begin writing things down by hand. Businesses dig through old filing cabinets. And technologies many considered extinct start making a comeback. But that's not even the craziest part. Because losing social media is only the surface. The real disaster is hiding underneath. And when that layer disappears, everything changes. Think about the last thing you bought. Now imagine trying to pay for it. Your credit card doesn't work. Your banking app won't open. Online transfers are impossible. And suddenly, money itself becomes difficult to move. This is where the internet outage transforms from inconvenience into crisis. Modern banks don't simply store information inside local buildings. Financial systems constantly communicate across global networks. Remove that connection and transactions freeze. Businesses can't receive payments. Employees can't get paid. Customers can't buy products. But here's the strange part. Even cash begins disappearing. Stores don't know when new inventory will arrive. Supply chains become blind. Airports lose communication systems. Cargo ships struggle to coordinate routes. Trucking companies lose real-time tracking. Goods still exist, but nobody knows exactly where they are. And that uncertainty makes everything more expensive. Food, medicine, fuel, electronics. Prices start rising almost immediately. Then comes an even bigger twist. Many of the world's most powerful companies exist because of the internet. Google, Amazon, Meta. Entire industries depend on digital infrastructure. Without it, millions of jobs suddenly become vulnerable. Advertising collapses. E-commerce vanishes. Remote work disappears overnight. Developed economies face massive shockwaves. But what happens next changes everything. Even countries with smaller internet footprints aren't protected. Because global trade connects everyone. Factories rely on international suppliers. Retailers depend on overseas shipments. Markets react to information moving instantly across borders. Remove the internet, and the entire planet feels the impact. But despite all this chaos, a deeper question remains. Could someone actually shut down the entire internet? The answer is far more surprising than most people realize. At this point, it sounds like humanity is one giant power switch away from disaster. But that's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Because the internet isn't a single machine. It's not a giant computer hidden somewhere on Earth. It's something much bigger. A network made from countless smaller networks spread across the planet. And that's exactly what makes it so difficult to destroy. Many people imagine that cutting a few underwater cables would end everything. But here's the strange part. Even if major connections fail, countless others remain active. Traffic reroutes. Systems adapt. Networks find alternate paths. The internet was originally designed with resilience in mind. Its greatest strength is decentralization. And that leads to the biggest twist of all. The nightmare scenario you've been imagining is almost impossible. Some governments can temporarily shut down internet access within their own borders. A few have even activated emergency kill switches during times of unrest. Entire regions can go dark, sometimes for hours, sometimes for days. But shutting down every network, every server, every connection across the entire planet at the same moment? That's a completely different challenge. And currently, it's nearly impossible, which means the internet is both incredibly fragile and incredibly resilient at the same time. A contradiction that defines modern civilization. We depend on it for communication, for commerce, for transportation, for information. Yet no single person truly controls it. And maybe that's the most fascinating part. Right now, as you're watching this video, billions of invisible connections are working together flawlessly. Most people never notice them until they're gone. So here's the question that remains unanswered. If humanity depends on something so deeply that society would struggle without it, have we built the greatest achievement in history or the greatest vulnerability?